You know, guys, I was thinking earlier with all this talk about amnesty for the past 2 years of medical fascism and how we won't let them forget it, many people, including myself, have actually forgotten the people who got us through it. No, I ain't talking about the people who stood on TV parroting what they'd seen on social media months after it was bloody obvious. Nor am I talking about the scientists who refused to follow the science crap the media and politicians said every 10 bloody minutes. No, instead I'm talking about you guys out there, the general public. You know, the ones who didn't blindly believe the never-ending propaganda spewed out 24 hours a day, and even those who believed it at first but changed their mind. It was the people like you the propaganda was actually aimed at more than it was the compliant. If it wasn't for those questioning the stupidity of it all, then they wouldn't need the propaganda to control the ones who can be terrified into compliance. The propaganda was designed to keep them scared and not thinking, while also suppressing counter-arguments to this insanity. Those who see through it deserve credit not only for keeping free thought alive in dark times, but also for resisting what was a military-level psychological warfare attack. This military tactic there likely cost them billions to create, and yet their psychological weapons failed to scare you into submission. That is something you should be proud of.
As we said last week, we do reserve the right to mandate certification at any point if it's necessary to reduce transmission. And I should serve notice now that by the end of September, when all over 18s will have had their chance to be double jabbed, we're planning to make full vaccination the condition of entry to nightclubs and other venues where large crowds gather. Proof of a negative test will no longer be enough.
So you basically said this is going to be like, well, it's almost like, you probably don't see it like this, the two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep.
Fully vaccinated foreign nationals. Fully vaccinated Americans. Those are the people who are allowed to come to Canada right now. Almost 80% of Canadians did what they needed to do and got vaccinated and now expect to be able to get back to normal.
So for me, it's a no-brainer. From a business point of view, it's a must. And, you know, the quicker that everybody acknowledges that, without proof of the vaccine, you can't go into a pub, club, restaurant, gymnasium, anywhere at all. You can't travel, theatre, you can't even go into work. I mean, personally, I have to say, I don't even think that we should allow people on the streets unless they've had the vaccine.
Yep, and even after that, they then tried to force medical treatments on you against your will with threats of redundancy and second-class citizen status, yet you continue to tell them no. It's all of you who are the real heroes of the past few years, then followed by the people who rightly called out the bullshit while others in their profession just towed the line. Doctors, scientists and more joined in, but first it was members of the general public who not only called it out, but resisted it no matter what the consequences were. Now, hopefully there will be some consequences for the people who tried to make us all second-class citizens, but I doubt there will be. This is why we must always remember these scumbags, but we should also remember the people who resisted it as the heroes that they are.
Where